I'm Joanna. I'm a marketer, content creator, and an entrepreneur. I'm gonna take you guys through a day in my life during lockdown. I've been in the marketing industry for over 5 years now, and I started out as a full-time social media manager at a marketing agency. Then 2 years ago, I switched to work remotely because I wanted to travel and start my own freelance business. So here's a little fun fact about me. I was traveling full-time last year until the pandemic happened and the whole world shut down. I ended up living on this tiny little island in Indonesia for over 10 months, and I started my online business when I was there. I was really inspired by my own journey of how I went from a 9-to-5 employee to a full-time digital nomad, and I wanted to help others achieve the same. The most rewarding part of being a social media manager and an entrepreneur is that I have the flexibility to set my own schedule and I can work from anywhere I want, even though I'm back in Toronto and technically I have to stay at home most of the time. But that doesn't stop me from doing what I love, which is content creation, social media marketing, servicing my client, and growing my business. I love that. Lately, I've been really proud of myself for not checking my notifications first thing in the morning, because I know for a fact that that's gonna take me like an extra hour to get out of my bed. Instead, I go straight to my morning routine. I always start with a full glass of water with freshly squeezed lemon juice. Then I move on to my daily planning. Before I start the first task for today, I'd like to review my to-do list for the entire week. I just find it really helpful to know exactly what are some of the things that I need to get done for today and for the rest of the week. This is the to-do list for this week. As you can see, I've got 2 coaching calls coming up. So I usually keep lists like this every single week to make sure that I'm getting stuff done. So what you just saw is my to-do list for the week, which I created on Notion. However, that's only 10% of my planning process, because on top of that, I have a weekly planning, monthly planning, and quarterly planning. So everything that I do on a daily basis are aligned with the goals that I want to achieve on a quarterly level. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I encourage you guys to check out the video that I posted on 1st of January of this year, which I talked about my entire planning process using Notion. So if you want to know my secret of how I plan my year, make sure to check out that video. Before my coaching call, I make myself like a light breakfast. Usually is this chia seed bowl that I prepare like the night before. It's literally like chia seed with coconut milk, and I usually top it up with different berries, and it's like the yummiest thing ever. And I usually listen to Clubhouse when I have my breakfast. Then I started my one-on-one coaching call with one of my students from Social Nomad Academy. How are you? Every week, we usually meet for an hour over Zoom, and this week we're talking about Facebook ads. Okay, wait. Everybody, listen up. Zoe just got her first beta client. I'm so excited. Yeah, we need to celebrate. My lessons are supposed to be an hour long, but usually I would go way over an hour because I just tend to pack my lessons with a lot of values. So I usually would get super exhausted, and at that point, I would make myself a coffee. After I got my coffee and chill a little bit, I will usually go back and work a little bit more, and that would usually be my client work. So I manage multiple social media accounts for different clients, and so I have to get a little bit more work done for my clients as well. So just to fill you guys in what I was doing just now, I was basically creating a content calendar for one of my clients, and I was also messaging them back and forth for them to go over the content that I have and for them to provide me with their feedback. So the tool that I use to create content calendar for all of my clients is Airtable. I used to use Google Spreadsheet to create my content calendar, but then I realized that Airtable is so much better, so that's why I switched. So what I'm doing next is I'll be scheduling some of those content that I created on my content calendar, and obviously those ones that my clients approved using Buffer. For those of you who don't know what Buffer is, it's a social media scheduling tool that I've been using for years. It's amazing. It's one of the cheapest one for the amount of accounts that I handle. So if you want to know how to use Buffer and what other social media scheduling tools that I recommend, definitely check out this video. And then it's lunchtime. So I never really cooked during lunchtime because it's such a waste of time for me. So instead, I would either cook a little bit more or I would order a little bit more the night before, and I just heat up the leftover. Now, one thing that I do every single day for my clients is Instagram stories. So I do about 3 to 5 stories for every single one of my clients every day. However, I don't really schedule them in advance. And the reason being is that the scheduling tool that I mentioned earlier, which is Buffer, you can schedule them on the platform, but when it comes to time to post, it doesn't really post them for you automatically. So I still have to go into the app and post the stories manually for my clients. So what I do instead is I will have different content pillars for every single day of the week, and I follow these content pillars. But in terms of the design and the copies, I come up with them on the spot every day. Now, when it comes to what app I use to create Instagram stories, I talked about this in my other video right here, that 90% of the time I use this app called Mojo. Mojo is my holy grail Instagram story apps. Basically, it's an app that has a lot of different kinds of beautifully designed animated templates for Instagram stories. And the app updates itself quite often. So every 2-3 weeks, I get a bunch of newly designed animated templates. So I highly recommend you guys to check it out. After working out, I just quickly cook some dinner. I usually have dinner with a side of Netflix. But I didn't spend a lot of time eating dinner because I had a coaching call coming up at night, so I have to prepare for that. It's 9:30 p.m. right now, and I was supposed to have my coaching call with one of my students at 9, but unfortunately she didn't show up. We had our calls every single week for the past, I don't know, like several months now, and she's always on time. She's super diligent, and yeah, I tried to call her, but she didn't get back to me, so I'm kind of worried. It was all good. It turned out that she just got the time mixed up because she was traveling, so we just rescheduled our meeting to the week after, and it was all good. Then here comes to my favorite part of the day, and that is nighttime routine. I love my nighttime routine, especially after a long day of work. So I will start with taking a nice hot shower. Yes, I'm Asian. I love taking a shower at night. And then I would watch something on YouTube or Netflix, and then I would go into journaling. I used to journal on an actual physical journal. Then I switched to an app. This app that I'm using, it's called Drawer, and it's on your phone, so you can take your journal anywhere you go. And then I will read something. The book that I'm currently reading, it's called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. I absolutely love that book. I'm so inspired every time I read that book. So I actually look forward to read that book every single night. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy spending the day with me. I know we're pretty much still in the pandemic. However, I don't think it's gonna last forever. So I want to take some time to address the fact that now is the best time to start thinking about what you could do to start equipping yourself with the knowledge and the skills to work remotely, so that you don't have to worry about going back to your office after things get back to normal. Even if you don't think you're gonna travel anytime soon, it's always good to have an extra income stream online. So if you wanted to learn more how you can build a freedom-based social media management business, make sure to click the link in my description box below to apply for my one-on-one coaching program. If you're not ready, it's totally fine. You can always join my free training. The link is also in my description box. All right, guys, good luck, and I'll see you guys in my next one.